Good evening and welcome to Ron Yeri Stadium. It is my pleasure to welcome our honored guests, faculty, parents, family, friends, and graduates to Bellflower High School's commencement ceremony for the class of 2014. My name is Michael Lundgren, and I'm honored to be the principal of Bellflower High School. Later this evening, the class of 2014 will receive their diplomas to mark their graduation from high school. The diplomas these graduates receive represent years of hard work, commitment, dedication, and achievement. This is a proud moment for our students, their families, our staff, and guests. Tonight is a time for our students to not only remember the hard work from their years in high school, but to pause and remember those who have made an impact upon their education and in their lives. Their teachers who have challenged and inspired them. Their counselors who have guided them throughout high school. Their parents and family members who have given their time and support. And their friends and classmates who have stood by them. After tonight's ceremony, many of you are headed down different paths in life. Many of you are off to college. Some of you are headed to the workforce, while others of you are headed to the military. Seniors, I encourage you to relish all of the color and pageantry of this evening and enjoy the accomplishment that you so well deserve. Tonight's ceremony really does mark a major turning point in your young lives, and I want you to take it all in and cherish this moment. After tonight, you will no longer be high school students, but you will be high school graduates, ready to begin the next chapter of your life. Under the direction of Sergeant Serta, the United States Army will present the colors. At this time, I ask you to please rise and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the singing of the national anthem by the Bellflower High School Ensemble under the direction of Miss Carolyn Kelly. We ask our male graduates and guests to please remove their hats out of respect for our country's flag. Your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner
Thank you. You may be seated. I would like to introduce our honored guests who are with us this evening. Representing the Bellflower Unified School District Board of Education, President, Mrs. Debbie Quatros. Vice President, Mr. Jerry Cleveland. Clerk, Dr. Paul Helzer. Member, Mrs. Laura Sanchez Ramirez. And member, Dr. Sue L. Hessen. Representing the district administration, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Brian Jacobs. Representing the Bellflower High School administration, Assistant Principal, Ms. Julie Adams. Assistant Principal, Mr. Jan Hopp. Assistant Principal, Ms. Nicole Price. And Assistant Principal, Mrs. Arlene Whitney. High school counselors, Ms. Carla Calderon. Mrs. Anna Fujimoto. Mrs. Dana Kidd. And Mr. Paul Alaman. Middle school counselors, Ms. Michelle Sanchez and Mr. Jeremy Nicholson. With us this evening celebrating our students' accomplishments are many members of our dedicated teaching staff at Bellflower High School. Teachers, please stand so that you can applaud your service and commitment to our students. I would like to give a special thank you to our band director, Mr. Omar Vidana, and the Bellflower High School Band for providing our processional music this evening, and Mrs. Carolyn Kelly, Director of Vocal Music, for assisting with the amazing voices we will be hearing this evening. I would like to introduce Crystal Lukey, Associated Student Body President, who will give us our welcome this evening.
Good evening. Over the past 6 years, most of us called Bellflower High School our home. Some of us have joined this family later in high school, but regardless of the years spent here, a Buccaneer is always a Buccaneer. To our guests, welcome to our home. These hallways and classrooms don't just house a variety of students, but a collection of different personalities and young adults bursting with potential. Class of 2014, here we are. Standing face to face with the rest of our lives. I won't tell you we are entering the real world because not all of us are. Some of us will further our education, some will jumpstart our careers, others will serve our country. The fact is, we all have different paths we are either following or making for ourselves. Some of us have waited for this day, and some of us merely see it as a rite of passage, the first accomplishment of many more to come. It is a proud moment for those of us who are the first in our family to complete this academic milestone. We have now walked through the first door that is necessary to provide a better life for many generations to come. Ahead of us lies a hallway full of other doors leading to different opportunities because of the hard work and dedication that has brought us here. Today truly is the beginning. Embrace life for what it is, because it is a collection of different seasons. Some moments are as brilliantly warm as summer, and others as lonely and cold as winter. Let's not spend our years in college wishing it were over when times get tough, because before we know it, it will all be over, and we will soon wish we could go back to our college days, not having to pay bills and keep food on the table for ourselves, and potentially families of our own. Remember that in this life, you reap what you sow. If you are generous with your time and money and put others first, know it will come back to you tenfold. Likewise, if you allow this world and its troubles to callous your heart and treat others harshly, it will not ease your pain. Rather, it will increase your stress. Take heart. In this life, we will have troubles. That's a guarantee. But know that time heals all wounds if we take advantage of the passage of time to use it to reflect, heal, and learn from our mistakes. We stand as a unified class full of potential. Over the years, we have shared laughter and tears with one another, so let's continue to fill our lives with people who will support us and keep us on the path to success. We may never know our high school best friends 5 years from today, but that does not mean we will not have the opportunity to build strong relationships with others in the future. Our circle of friends may not match the amount of followers we have on Instagram or Twitter, but wouldn't you rather have one person who will support you on your best day and be there for you on your worst than hundreds who could care less? Let's remember to never go through life alone, because God has placed people in our lives for a reason. They are there for us to be grateful for them. I will leave you with the words of a man full of ambition, Banning Leibscher, who once said, "Nobody ever changed the world by living safe. If you have a dream that scares you, chase after it. You will find that dreams are like a boomerang. They seem far off at first, but with the right timing, they will come back to you sooner than you think." There is endless gratitude in my heart, as well as the hearts of my classmates, for those who have made us who we are today. Despite its cliche, this phrase expresses everything I know to be true. Class of 2014, we did it.
Thank you, Crystal. I'd now like to bring up Samari Jaroni, Senior Class President, who will provide the Senior Class Reflection.
Lundgren, do you have my speech? Or if you guys know me, this happens a lot. Oh, okay, got it. Just kidding. Okay. Good evening, board members, Superintendent Jacobs, administrators, teachers, family, friends, and fellow classmates. This is a lovely day, and although the sunlight is setting on our high school careers, it is only rising for new beginnings full of a promising future. I can still recall standing in the middle of the soccer field at my elementary school before about 100 parents as I delivered the 6th grade promotion speech. I was nervous then, so now, in front of thousands of you, at this podium, it's no big deal. I was a little concerned, to say the least, when I was made aware that I'd be delivering this speech today. Then I stopped and realized, wait, all I have to do is touch upon all the unforgettable accomplishments that made this class so significant to Bellflower High School. Before I go on to reflect what made the class of 2014, I would like to acknowledge 3 groups of people who helped us achieve what we are here today to celebrate. First are the friends that sit in the crowd, proud to know each one of us here on the field is wearing a cap and gown. Secondly, thank you to the teachers who have equipped us both academically and emotionally for not only college, but life as a whole. Thirdly, and obviously most importantly, are those parents and family members that molded each and every one of us. Because of them, we're here, representing the most spirited class Bellflower has witnessed in years. So spirited, in fact, that we single-handedly earned the first Class Spirit Award, which recognizes both spirit and dedication since the class of 1996. This plaque and banner of acknowledgement is only one of the many incredible achievements my class has earned. This class has succeeded in all aspects, which merge together to create the ideal composite expectation of a well-rounded group of classmates. The class of 2014 managed to complete excellence in all subjects, including school spirit, ethics, academics, and sports. Not only did we complete a 21% acceptance rate to 4-year universities, we are also proud to know that our very own Kevin Colbert, who was one of the few students in the country selected to receive the Bill Gates Millennium Scholarship. It is nearly impossible to sum up all the things that I learned while attending high school at Bellflower, but the most significant lesson was that of teamwork. When we first entered high school in 2010, we were terrified, lost individuals. As the years passed, we grew unified, and that's where the magic began. The potential possessed by a group of individuals willing to work together is unimaginable. While participating in the canned food drive, the senior class alone raised well over 4,000 cans. Looking back at my last 4 years of high school, I was so eager to reach the finish line. I think I speak for everyone here tonight when I say the tough fight against senioritis hit me hard during the last unbearable month of high school. I couldn't wait for this day, but now that I'm here, something has changed. I realize how badly I'm gonna miss walking up and down these halls. Before I reach the conclusion of this speech, I would like to take the time to recognize the woman who has invested so much of her time and effort into this graduating class. On behalf of class of 2014, Ms. Sui Nicoletti, we thank you for being our advisor and always going above and beyond for us. Secondly, I give thanks to my classmates for allowing me the honor to stand here in representation of our class as a whole. I wouldn't have chosen any other class to have this high school experience filled with so many proud accomplishments other than the class of 2014. As a class, we have definitely set high standards for years to come. We have created a legacy here at BHS. Not only do we leave an impact of accomplishment at this school, we leave our mark on the community. We leave behind a victory only to move on to another. Our lives have only just begun. As we accept our diplomas here tonight and wave our caps in the air, we choose to move forward from this starting grounds, full of remembrances, both good and bad, and move upwards to a higher level where we will become the prosperous adults that we've demonstrated to be. Class of 2014, we made it.
Thank you. At this time, the Bellflower High School Ensemble will be performing Best Day of My Life.
I had a dream so big and loud, I jumped so high I touched the clouds. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I stretched my hands up to the sky, we danced with monsters through the night. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I'm never gonna look back. Whoa, I'm never gonna give it up. No, please don't wake me now. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. I howled at the moon with friends, and then the sun came crashing in. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. But all the possibilities, no limits, just epiphanies. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I'm never gonna look back. Whoa, I'm never gonna give it up. No, just don't wake me now. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. I hear it calling outside my window. I feel it in my soul. The stars were burning so bright, the sun was out till midnight. I say we lose control. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. Everything is looking up, everybody out now. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life.
Thank you, ensemble. I would next like to recognize our Scholar students. The following seniors have earned academic distinction based on their cumulative grade point averages. These students have taken the most rigorous courses at Bellflower High School. Students, as I announce your names, please stand to be recognized and remain standing until all names are called. Those students who have earned highest academic honors based on a cumulative grade point average of 4.0 and higher are Michael Jitsupatsu, Matthew Barna, Kafila Ahmed, Quinn Arellano, Cecilia Arevalos, Caitlin Brink, Joshua Canlis, Sydney Cow, Vince Madrigal, Mari Evelyn Moreno, Raul Soto, Christopher Tan, Linzo Terriman, Mi Tuong, Daisy Saragoso. Thank you. You may be seated. Students who have earned high academic honors have a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 to 3.99. Students, as I announce your names, please stand to be recognized and remain standing until all names are called. Blas Arias, Beatrice Bay, David Berdino, Jacob Brink, Jasmine Monique Brown, Abigail Camacho Zamorano, Joaquin Cardenas Jr., Marisol Castillo, Erica Natalie Cervantes, Kevin Colbert, Belin Cuevas, Catriel Dubunco, Angelica Idades, Jose de Jesus Garcia, Oscar Javier Gonzalez, Dominique Hunter, Sarah Linducci, Crystal Lukey, Christina Marine, Brenda Mercado, Stephen Munoz, Clarissa Ortega, Valeria Pedraza Contreras, Jocelyn Placencia, Angie Portillo. Ricky Richardson. Savannah Sampilo. Sebastian Sanchez. Cedric Sayak. Samantha Shin. Bea Tapawan. Darrell Thomas. Paul Ventimilla. Thank you. You may be seated. Those students earning honors based on a cumulative grade point average between 3.0 and 3.49 are listed in your programs. I would ask these students to please stand to be recognized at this time. Thank you. You may be seated. The following students are recognized for earning the Golden State Seal Merit Diploma for demonstrating mastery in 6 curriculum content areas. Qualification is based on the California Standards Test, given as part of the STAR testing program. Students must have earned a scale score of 370 or above in each of the 6 areas. Students, please stand and remain standing as I call your name. Jeffrey Adamo. Kafila Ahmed. Ruth Alvarez. Quinn Arellano. Cecilia Arevalos. Blas Arias. Ishmael Beiluyat. Matthew Barna. Nayeli Barrera. Wesley Bernard. David Berdino. Joshua Boiling. Jacob Brink. Caitlin Brink. Jasmine Monique Brown. Edgar Bueno. Abigail Camacho Zamorano. Joshua Canlis. Joaquin Cardenas Jr. Cynthia Carrasco. Leonel Carvajal. Maricel Castillo. Sky Chum. Kevin Colbert. Keyshawn Crouch. Eduardo de Arcos. Eric Diaz. Gideon Drayton. Jose de Jesus Garcia. Oscar Javier Gonzalez. Andrew Gose. Haley Gutierrez. Diana Guzman. Jeanette Haro. Jesus Hernandez. Dominique Hunter. Christian Ibarra. Michael Jetsupasu. Michael Ledesma. Vince Madrigal. Carlos Marine. Christina Marine. Angel Mata. Brenda Mercado. London Morales. Mari Evelyn Moreno. Roberto Ontiveros. Brian Perez. Jocelyn Placentia. Angie Portillo. Fausto Ramirez. Ricky Richardson. Carlos Rios. Jaime Rivas. Bradley Schmidt. Adrian Ruiz. Sebastian Sanchez. Joy Sakar. Nathan Sayak. Brianna Sharp. Raul Soto. Christopher Tan. Lenzo Terriman. Darrell Thomas. Miranda Valentine. Paul Ventimilla. Avery Wasilesian. Daisy Saragosa. Thank you, students. You may be seated. The following students are recognized for earning the State Seal of Biliteracy, which recognizes high school students who have attained a high level of proficiency in speaking, reading, and writing in one or more language in addition to English. Students, please stand and remain standing when I call your name. Cecilia Arevalos. Blas Arias. Nayeli Barrera. David Bernardino. Edgar Bueno. Abigail Camacho Zamorano. Cynthia Carrasco. Marisol Castillo. Nancy Catalin. Eduardo de Arcos. Paulina de Casas. Eric Diaz. Moses Garcia. Osiris Gutierrez. Cesar Gutierrez Rodriguez. Jeanette Haro. Christian Ibarra. Roman Ibarra. Samira Geroni. Jesus Licon. Stephen Munoz. Jocelyn Placentia. Fausto Ramirez. Daniela Sanchez. Diego Sanchez. Maria Sanchez. Karina Silva. Raul Soto. Elizabeth Trujillo. Mi Tuong. Romina Vasquez. Paul Ventimilla. Thank you. You may be seated. The title of Valedictorian is awarded to the senior with the highest grade point average earned at Bellflower High School. It is my pleasure to introduce Michael Jetsupasuk, the Valedictorian for the class of 2014. Michael has been a student within the Bellflower Unified School District since kindergarten. Throughout high school, he has displayed an impressive resume in both his academic and his ability to be a leader. With an outstanding grade point average of 4.51, Michael is very excited and proud to be the valedictorian for Bellflower High School class of 2014. Michael is always looking to learn and experience new things and has seized many opportunities to do so. In 10th grade, Michael attended an engineering camp at Cal State University Long Beach for 1 month. Although just a sophomore, Michael learned from university-level engineer professors and was exposed to a college learning environment. The summer before his senior year, Michael went to an economics seminar in St. Louis that heavily influenced him in choosing economics as his major in college. Here, Michael was taught by professors and professionals in the world of government and economics. Michael is in Assemblywoman Cristina Garcia's Young Legislature program, where they have taken tours of various facilities within her district. He, along with other students, are working on a mock piece of legislation and will debate the legislation in Sacramento later this month. Michael is also very active in clubs on campus. His leadership qualities and ambition were put on display when he took the initiative to, after an 8-year absence, bring back the Bellflower High School school newspaper. The hours and time Michael has put into designing and running the school newspaper is very commendable. In addition to the newspaper, Michael is an active member in Roots and Shoots, our school site council, and has been in Leo's Club and Key Club in the past. Academically, Michael is very successful as well. He earned a 2070 on the Scholastic Aptitude Test, as well as receiving a score of 5, the highest score possible, on the Advanced Placement World History, Biology, United States History, and Calculus BC exams. He took a total of 9 advanced placement exams over his academic career at Bellflower High School. All of Michael's accomplishments have accumulated in his acceptance into the University of California, Irvine, the University of California, San Diego, the University of California, Los Angeles, and his dream school since he was a child, the University of California, Berkeley. Michael is extremely excited to attend Berkeley, one of the elite public universities in the nation, this coming fall. It is an honor to introduce Michael Jitsupasu as the class of 2014 valedictorian.
Good evening, faculty, parents, friends, guests, and fellow classmates. I would like to first thank my parents specifically for supporting me all these years, and also thank you to everyone else for joining us today as we celebrate a fantastic past 4 years and look forward to the rest of our lives. So, I'm not entirely sure why I'm here right now. It is certainly a tremendous honor to speak in front of this class tonight, but I still do not quite understand why good grades has given me any authority to speak at all. But since they let me talk, I shall blabber on anyways. So I first want to talk about one of my biggest pet peeves, and that is, in the past and even now, there will be those that may try to trivialize our experiences here and say they're just preparing us for the quote-unquote real world. And they say, high school was nothing. Wait till you get to the real world. Now, I understand what they're saying, that life will change, that our experiences will be different, and that our responsibilities and goals will be different. But by calling it the real world, I'm not entirely sure what that implies. Because if the future is the real world, then what was the last 4 years? A fantasy? An aberration? No, I don't think so. The conflicts, drama, joy, and excitement of the last 4 years certainly do matter. In fact, they're perhaps the most real experiences we've ever had. The roller coaster of emotions we have experienced, whether it be the forging of meaningful friendships or the tragedy of broken relationships, we have learned much. Who could say that all these things don't matter, that they're fake or not important? Don't let anyone discount what you have done and what you have accomplished here at Bellflower because of this imaginary real world. High school has been, to borrow the title from one of my favorite songs, a bittersweet symphony. It's bitter because it's here that we remember the past and all the wonderful friendships we made and all the learning and maturing we've done. The past 4 years have been extraordinary, a mixture of good and bad, but all memorable. So it's humbling to realize it's all coming to a close. But then it's also sweet because we're glad to have experienced everything we've had, and we wouldn't have it any other way. And all our conflicted emotions are swirling here, making us cry, laugh, and cheer. I look out here, and I see how beautiful that is, and that's why it's a very sweet, but also very bitter symphony. As we move on from high school, when these 4 years are but a speck in time, maybe that's 5 years, or 10 years, or even 15 years down the line, our memories of last-minute all-nighters, epic water balloon fights, and lost or gained loves may fade away. This speech itself will very soon be gone, whisked away and forgotten. But what we learned will remain. The transition from awkward adolescence to maturity, the ability to express vulnerability and trust others with our deepest secrets, the confidence to do what you want to and not do what you don't want. These are the things that will surpass the raging winds of time. High school was and is a very special period of our lives. Cherish it. Let no one diminish the importance and value of the last 4 years. Now, with that being said, this is not all about the past. Tonight, we also look towards the future and all that it beholds. One of my greatest wishes for this class is for this moment to not be the best of our lives. I hope our lives continue to move upward and we create more amazing and more awesome memories. We are brimming with pools of youthful potential. There are doctors and lawyers among us, scientists and social activists, businessmen and professors. I hope our lives continue to ascend to even more extraordinary heights. This is not the peak, nowhere even close to it. And if you allow me to go on a brief tangent, I mentioned at the beginning of the speech that I don't fully understand the tradition of number 1 and number 2 in grade point average giving speeches here at graduation. Because what do grades even mean? For all our educational careers, the idea has been instilled in us that it's very important to get good grades. And I'm not trying to lessen the value of good marks in school. No, I want to question why. Why are good grades so important? Because I think we can sometimes become so enwrapped in trying to get that A or B that we lose sight of what truly is valuable. In the eyes of the universe, my GPA means nothing. Absolutely nothing. How does a couple of numbers help the world, the people around me? How does it bring about positive change? How does it make things better? A GPA means nothing all unto itself. What it is, though, is an indicator, a mark of potential. We shouldn't try to do well in school for numbers on a card. No, we should attempt to learn and expand our intellectual horizons, not because it itself is great, but because it helps us to be great. That is why I feel undeserving of this honor. I haven't done anything yet. There are those in this class who are truly remarkable people, have done much already for this world, but I do not feel I am one of them, at least not yet. Success isn't measured by a few numbers, it's measured by helping others and making a positive impact on the world around us. As I stated earlier, we are brimming pools of potential. The past 4 years have been amazing and we've learned a lot. Now, as the future will soon become the present, we must transition that potential to action. In their last comic strip together, the great philosopher Calvin and his pet stuffed tiger Hobbes are in the woods with the ground covered in snow. Hobbes perfectly captures our transition. He says, "Everything familiar has disappeared. The world looks brand new. It's like having a big white sheet of paper to draw on." To which Calvin replies, "It's a magical world, Hobbes, old buddy. Let's go exploring." Now, we may not have snow here in Southern California, but this graduation is our big white sheet of paper. The future is a beautiful and blank canvas, just waiting for us to sign it in any way we choose. It's exciting and it's amazing, and we have the very, very special opportunity to go exploring. So why not? Thank you very much. And class of 2014, congratulations!
Did you have fun with that?
Yeah, I did.
Good job. Thank you, Michael. The salutatorian for the class of 2014 is the senior with the second highest grade point average. For the class of 2014, that student is Matthew Barna. Matthew is graduating with a cumulative grade point average of 4.50. He attended Ernie Pyle Elementary School from kindergarten to 6th grade. Throughout his education, Matthew has always looked up to his older sister as a role model for the successful student. He attributes much of his success and determination to his mother and appreciates his father for his support in achieving his goals. He is grateful for the wonderful teachers, staff, and administrators who have shown incredible care and support, not only in his educational pursuits, but those of his fellow students as well. From a young age, Matthew took great notice in the world around him, especially the aspects of nature. He continually asked the questions of how and why things were the way they were. Matthew took honors biology in 9th grade, and his love for biology took off while taking advanced placement biology the following year. Matthew scored a 5 on his advanced placement biology exam and 710 out of 800 on his biology ecology SAT subject test. He has taken a total of 9 advanced placement exams. Over the 4 years of as a high school student, Matthew learned to not only balance his academics, but his extracurricular activities. In the 11th grade, Matthew agreed to be placed on the Bellflower High School cross-country team. Little did he know that it would become an important component of his education. Hooked on running, Matthew would compete both his junior and senior years in cross-country and track. He finished off his athletic pursuits with a varsity letter in each sport and was awarded the most improved runner his senior year for cross-country. Beyond track, Matthew was president of the California Scholarship Federation his senior year. He served as vice president of Leo's Club his junior year and was a member of History Club and the National Honor Society. Matthew applied to several colleges and was accepted to the University of California, Los Angeles, the University of Southern California, California State University, Long Beach, University of California, Irvine, the University of California, Santa Barbara, and the University of California, San Diego. After visiting each campus and examining all opportunities at each university, Matthew decided to attend the University of California, Irvine in the upcoming school year. Matthew will major in biological sciences and hopes to minor in neuroscience. It is my honor to introduce Matthew Barna as the class of 2014 salutatorian.
Good evening, board members, Superintendent Dr. Jacobs, Principal Mr. Lundgren, teachers, family, friends, and of course, the class of 2014. I just want to thank all of the individuals who made today possible. Today is a day when we can stop and reflect on our past, the choices we have made, the people we have met, and the things we have accomplished. I know that we have all made an amazing accomplishment today, but we didn't do it alone. So I would like to thank my mom, dad, sister, grandma, other relatives, and friends who have always encouraged me to do my best. I want to thank the teachers, counselors, administrators, security, and custodians who have provided me with the resources to get to where I stand today. And I also have to thank the students that have walked these hallways alongside me, gathered at clubs with me, ran countless miles with me, sat in class with me, or ate lunch with me. The past few days of grad week have been some of the best of my high school career, but the overall atmosphere is bittersweet. We have all walked this common road in life we call high school, and today we have reached the fork in the road. Each of us have picked our own path, and some of us will travel together, and others will go alone. We are each individuals with our own accomplishments, our own struggles, and our own goals. No one wants to go through life not knowing if the path they travel is the right one. But the truth is, it's this journey through the unknown that makes life, life. Nothing is permanent or guaranteed. We might hope this were true, but the fact is, life is dynamic, ever-changing, and limited. We're all just trying to find our place in this world, and I must admit, it can be a bumpy road sometimes. So my advice is to enjoy the little things. As Miss Porter says, life is a journey, not a destination. Enjoy the ride. So look toward your future, but not so much that you lose sight of what's right in front of you. Try to maintain ties with old friends when possible, but leave room for new ones in the future. Establish your limits, but take a risk every now and then. And the truth is, it doesn't matter what you're doing. What matters is that you're moving forward, that you're doing what makes you happy, and you're living your life for you. So my point is, if you can't quite pinpoint what your purpose in life is, it's okay to not know. Just keep searching. Throughout your life, you'll be forced to make difficult decisions, and you'll often be judged by those around you. I was accepted into both UCLA and UC Irvine. And often, when I even mentioned I was considering UC Irvine, I was met with some strong opinions. I visited both campuses. Both UCLA and UC Irvine offered me similar financial aid packages. Both have medical schools on campus, have strong biology programs, and offer me great undergraduate research opportunities. So frankly, I was on the fence until the end. Many adults and fellow students pushed me towards UCLA, saying UCLA has the name UCI doesn't have, and I must admit with them on this point. Another argument was that if I went to UCLA, I would immediately have a job. But I know the true worth of an employee is measured in dedication, not in a college name. A more comical incident occurred when I was standing on the lawn and the mailman came up to me, and guess what he said to me? UCLA? I know someone who went there and they have a job now. I laughed nervously and went back inside, feeling as though even the mailman had a strong opinion about where I should be going. Regardless, something about UCI lingered with me. Something I would describe as a feeling, a connection, intuition. And I ended up accepting admission there. This may have been the most foolish decision of my life, or perhaps the best decision of my life. But regardless, it was my decision, and I don't regret it. So my point from all this is when confronted with a difficult decision, it's important to consider the opinions of others, but in the end, it's your decision and your life you're living. Not even those individuals who support your decision can live your life for you. It's all up to you. Don't ever fully base your decision on the predictions of others, because no one can see the future and the outcome of your actions. My final point is changing the world. Steve Jobs once said to the CEO of Pepsi, "Do you want to sell sugared water for the rest of your life, or do you want to come with me and change the world?" What I've learned is that we won't all be able to change the world, because if we could, the world would look different every day. But each and every one of us has the ability to improve our own personal outlook on life and position in society. Each of us have goals. Some of us will be attending college, like my fellow anteaters. Some of us will be enlisting in the military, like the Marines. Some of us will be attending trade school, internships, or joining the workforce. But no matter what our goals, we each have the opportunity to improve our own little world. So I encourage you all to pursue your goals and change your world for the better. And if we each do our own part, maybe we can change the world together.
Thank you. Good job. Thank you, Matthew. I now invite Dr. Brian Jacobs, Superintendent of Schools of the Bellflower Unified School District, to present the Bellflower High School graduating class of 2014.
Thank you. Good evening. As Superintendent of Schools for the Bellflower Unified School District, it is with great pleasure to stand before this wonderful Bellflower High School graduating class of 2014. I want to thank you for making this year very successful as your superintendent, and your last year for making it the most outstanding as the graduating class of 2014 for Bellflower High School. It is now my distinct privilege, and by the authority vested to me by the state of California and the governing board of the Bellflower Unified School District, that I do hereby certify that the members of the senior class of Bellflower High School have completed the requirements for graduation as prescribed by the California Education Code and the policies of the Bellflower Unified School District. President Quadros, would you please join me? President Quadros, it is with great pride that I present to you and the members of the governing board the Bellflower High School class of 2014.
At this time, the members of the Board of Education will present the diplomas to the graduates. Out of respect for all members of the class of 2014 and their families, I ask you all to please remain seated in the stands until all of the graduates have received their diplomas. Thank you.
Yep.
Good. Where do you want it?
Right here. That's good, yeah. Thank you. Is it on?
I'll give them to you like 5 at a time.
That's okay. Just call you Matthew Bono, right?
Michael Justufasik. Go.
Matthew Christopher Barna.
Kafila Ahmed.
Mari Evelyn Moreno Velasco.
Quinn Arellalan.
Raúl Soto.
Cecilia Arevalos.
Christopher Tan.
Caitlin Brink.
Lenzo Terriman.
Joshua Jancy Logan Canlas.
Mi Trong.
Sydney Gao.
Daisy Zaragoza.
Vince Angelo Madrigal.
Sara Lendechi.
Blas Aras.
Cristina Marin.
Beatrice Bay.
Brenda Tatiana Mercado.
David Bernardino.
Steven Munoz.
Jacob Robert Brink.
Clarissa Ortega.
Jasmine Monique Brown.
Valeria Pedraza Contreras.
Abigail Camacho.
Jocelyn Jasmine Plasencia.
Joaquin Cardenas.
Angie Marie Portillo.
Marisol Castillo.
Ricky Richardson.
Erica Natalie Cervantes.
Savannah Sampilo.
Kevin Colbert.
Sebastian Polimon Sanchez.
Belen Cuevas.
Cedric Sayok.
Catriel Fugaro Dubanco.
Samantha Shin.
Angelica Idares.
Bea Tapawan.
Jose de Jesus Garcia.
Darrell Thomas.
Oscar Javier Gonzalez.
Paul Emilio Ventimilla.
Dominique Kia Hunter.
Ruth Elizabeth Alvarez.
Andrea Marilia Aguilar Ruperto.
Ishmael Baluyot.
Giovanni Balbuena.
Nayeli Barrera.
Cherish Paluyut.
Cynthia Carrasco.
Edgar Bueno Solorzano.
César Castro.
Leonel Carvajal.
Eduardo de Arcos.
Christopher Orzami Dileg.
Eric Diaz.
Paulina de Casas.
Charity Noel Elberling.
Brenda Judith Diaz Trejo.
Marlene Marie Flores.
Mary Espinosa.
Moses Garcia.
Anthony Gerardo.
Denise Gonzalez.
Andrew Gose.
Diana Guzman Gonzalez.
Jeanette Haro.
Stephanie Hernandez.
Christian Ibarra.
Jessica M.
Ola Jumo.
Cassidy Louise Kautsky.
Jesus Licon.
Michelle Yvette Lopez.
Carlos Marin.
Ángel Samuel Mata.
Dalia Guadalupe Morillo.
Samantha Soperi New.
Taman Oliver.
Roberto de Jesús Ontiveros.
Jocelyn Margarita Padilla.
Gabriel Talag Pahari.
Natalie Palafox.
Fausto Joel Ramirez.
Nancy Rivera.
Bradley Schmidt.
Daniela Sanchez.
Diego Rolando Sánchez.
Brittany Pearl Scanley Rodriguez.
Andrea Noemi Serrano.
Stephen Aaron Siphonphone.
Taylor Jasmine Stewart.
Kurt Tito.
Elizabeth Christine Trujillo.
Christina Rose Velarde.
Romina Deborah Vázquez.
Brianna Villegas.
Rachel Villarin.
Avery Wasilician.
Jesús Viramontes.
Dominic Acevedo.
Adrian Cepeda.
Natalie Martinez Aguirre.
Edwin Aguilar.
Fatima Alcala.
Brandon Akinyali.
Summer Almanza.
Wednesday Yasmin Allen.
Janelle Irene Altamirano.
Elio Rubén Alonso.
Stephanie Alvarez.
Nidia Vanessa Anaí Alvarado.
Christian Andrino.
Jesse Alvarez.
Karen Isabel Ariano.
Ibrani Ashraf Anis.
Joanne Andrea Arroyo.
Maritza Armenta.
Anna Jacqueline Balbuena.
Alexandra Avina.
Levi Berrigan.
Patricia Barcarce.
Alexandra Beltran.
Stephanie Barrera.
Paul Biglan Allah.
Wesley Bernard.
Natalie Murray Barrayo.
Jules Blandon.
Jaime Berceño Araujo.
Sandra Irene Borum.
Christopher Brooks.
Rachel Brockington.
Jasmine Bustos.
Angela Adriano Buesser.
Jesus Kawansi.
Julie Cabrera.
Cassidy Claire Camille.
Alejandro Calvario.
Lisbeth Carvajal.
Diana Canales.
Victoria Castaldi.
Sarah Carranza.
Nancy Catalan.
Melvin A. Castro Jr.
Ramiro Cervantes.
Andrea Ceja.
Melissa Judas Chavez.
Crystal Chaves.
Priscilla Ann Strajai.
Jasmine Patricia Chavez.
Leslie Ann Cocombe.
Sky Chum.
Dave Corona.
Brianna Danielle Collins.
Keyshawn Christopher Crouch.
Alfonso Cortez.
Raul Cruz.
Paul Anthony Cruz.
Rosa Cuenca.
Jade Alexis Cryer.
Rita Coscos.
Matthew Peter Cuevas.
Kiwan Sean Darby.
Diamond Tennille Daniels.
Brian Michael DeAnda.
Shania Darby.
Juan de la O Solis.
Abby de la O.
Sergio Diaz.
Adrian Jesus Diaz.
Dijon Richard Deontay Donaldson.
Kalani Caprice Duran.
Tyrus Douglas.
I love you. Gideon Drayden.
Lee Shanae Helena Easter.
Connie Tatiana Edmond.
Eric Richard Martinez. Jesus Flores.
Jose William Figueroa.
Andrew Rogelio Flores.
Karen Irlen Flores.
Farron France.
Sarabi Itzel Foster.
Ray Galing.
Bonnie Marie Flores Franco.
Benjamin Garcia.
Michael Garcia.
Florentino Garcia Guzman.
Jennifer Garcia.
Imani Lene Garner.
Maria Fernanda Garibo.
Alyssa Mia Gomez.
George Gasca.
Ignacio Gonzalez.
Michael Dian Goner.
Alvaro Gonzalez.
Viridiana Gonzalez.
Samuel Leon Green.
Jocelyn Atzidi Gonzalez.
Brianna Mae Grissom.
Donald Michael Saklian Greer.
Haley Elizabeth Gutierrez.
Samuel Edgar Jr.
Osiris Gutierrez.
Vanessa Gutierrez.
Yalisa Noemi Guzman.
Cesar Gutierrez.
Anel Priscilla Hernandez.
Asia Joy Hasbury.
Alexandra Noemi Hernandez.
Juan Carlos Hernandez.
Silvani Hernandez Jimenez.
Elijah Ezekiel Hernandez.
Joshua Andrew Hollins.
Luai Hilala.
Jawan Rashad Howard.
Justin Alongino Holmes.
Noor Ibrahim.
Roman Ibarra.
Marquise Ivra.
Senia Izquierdo.
Janelle Jackson.
Sheila Natalie Jauregui.
Carla Jefferson.
Trayton Michael Jelks.
Jose Jimenez.
Asia Johnson.
Keenan Marcus Johnson.
Kevin Kelly.
Giovanni Landeros Amaya.
Elizabeth Lara Olmos.
Rogelio Giovanni Larios.
Roderick Cordenete Layeg.
Valentín Ledesma Carrera.
Michael Ledesma.
Tainiqua Lachey Lee.
Bianca Lemus.
Diana León.
Daniela María López.
Janet Lopez.
Christian Lopez.
Jesus Lopez.
Stephanie Lopez.
Kimberly Lozano.
Carlos Michael Lozano.
Did she go already? Jasmine Vanessa Lebuano Sanchez.
Marisol Lujano.
Preki Luna.
Anthony Mong Lee.
Hilda Maldonado.
John Ira Peneligan Mallory.
Stephen Michael Marentes.
Kimber Marin.
Brant Marks.
Jessica Alejandra Marquez.
Benjamin Andrew Martinez.
Bernice Martinez.
Raven Laura Martinez.
Syra Martinez.
Claudia Elizabeth Campos Martinez.
Thomas Massey.
Trey McCauley.
Lydia Jasmine Medina.
Abraham Medina.
Cesar Medina.
Marcos Mejia.
Pedro Mejía del Águila.
Vanessa Mejia Olarte.
Alfredo Menchaca.
Josué Alejandro Méndez.
Steven Mendez.
Carlos Méndez.
Jacqueline Mendez.
Patricia Mendiola.
Brenda Mendoza.
Amy Mendoza Cervantes.
Sandra Sam Messia.
Michael Alexander Miranda.
Carlos Omar Montes.
London Morales.
Malachi Moorhead.
Mercedes Naomi Moreno.
Julia Abigail Moreno.
Daniel Moreno.
Maxine Sammy Natapu.
Alicia Michelle Nunez.
Estras Marcial Ochoa.
Katie Ortega.
Alex Padilla.
Georgiana Hope Palafox.
Ashley Monique Parker.
Gabriel Parker.
Achilles Patti.
Gabriel Paz Arajo.
Tanya Perez.
Brian Matthews Perez.
Anna Marie Perez.
Braulio Perez.
Brandon Michael Polizzi.
Joshua Mark Ponce.
Deja Vu Joanne Puina.
Javier Ramirez.
Tiana Reed.
Ariana Reynoso.
Carlos Rios.
Clarissa Yaciel Rodriguez.
Daniel Robert Roche.
Adrian Reese.
Chuck Rodriguez III.
Ulysses Reese.
Kevin Ruiz.
Janelli Salas Uriarte.
Brian Antonio Salas.
Cassandra Abigail Salazar.
Karen Salazar.
Mariela Cristal Sanchez.
Claudia Salazar.
Rudy Sanchez.
María Fernanda Sánchez.
Justina Marie Sandoval.
Isabel Sánchez.
Kayla Rachel Sayag.
Joy Sarkar.
Isaiah Vicente Serna.
Jesús Jerónimo Sayula.
Brianna Chanel Sharp.
Ricardo Serrano.
Karen Vanessa Cigaran.
Kelly Abigail Sierra Marin.
Christian Pamela Sison.
Karina Silva.
Nathaniel Terrell Slaney.
Juanita Satala.
Dwayne Smith.
Adam Ryan Smith.
Eric Sobek.
Devin Simone Smith.
Hector Solis.
Leonardo Rafael Solís.
Kenneth Stevenson.
Alyssa Sosa.
Stephanie Baturna Sutton.
Ariana Yvette Suarez.
Leslie Anaí Talavera.
Rami Esmat Sueja.
Daniel Andrew Terrazas.
Brooke Marie Taylor.
Joshua Christopher Burrows Tabayan.
Brian Edward Thomas.
Gabriel Ruben Torres.
Alejandro Junior Torres.
Jonathan Turner Cannon.
Kathleen Abigail Torres Vasquez.
Joel Velasquez.
Miranda Valentine.
Joshua Villa.
Christopher Verastegui.
Antoinette Wheaton.
Miguel Ángel Villalpando.
Brian Green McGowan Miller.
Swain Williams.
Piet Monet Woods.
Alexis Denise Womack.
Crystal Rose Lukey.
Juan Pablo Zamora. Ramiro Cepeda Jr. Samira Jerome.
Yeah. Graduates, 2014. If you could please stand, graduates. All right, now graduates, I have one final act as your superintendent of schools to signify a long-standing tradition and to recognize that you have met the daily efforts and the desire to achieve the standard of excellence, nothing less. So students, I wish you the best. May God bless you in your new ventures, and you may now move your tassels to the left side to indicate you're a graduate of Bellflower High School.
All right. You know, this This class has been an outstanding class for Bellflower High School. And they've lived by a motto since day one of their senior year, way back in September. Every day on our announcements, they always said they'd be heard. And I know this class has been heard. They said they wanted to be seen, and there's no doubt they've been seen, because they are the class of What are they doing? I want to thank all of our families and guests for attending this evening. This now concludes our graduation ceremony for the class of 2014. We ask our families to please remain in the stadium area until the graduates have exited the track. You may exit the stands and meet your graduate in front of the school gymnasium located in the center of campus. Thank you for joining us, and congratulations to the Bellflower Buccaneer class of 2014. Crystal? All right, go ahead. Hold on, I apologize. I forgot something. Would you join me, graduates, in one final time as Bellflower High School students and sing our alma mater,